Welcome to the Stone Ridge software video series for batch manufacturers. Our batch industry solutions are powered by Yavion Pro Batch, running on Microsoft Dynamics 365 Business Central. In this video, we'll be looking at development items, development recipes, and features associated with research and development. Let's dig into Business Central and start looking at our inventory items in general. So in general, let's pull up a first inventory item and take a look at some feature functionality around that item itself. So we have a full functional inventory management system within Business Central. So we have item definition, units of measure, different types of information. We define costing, posting rules. We can define pricing, who can sell it, when can I sell it, is commission set up on the item. We define replenishment, systems and processes for the item. We have planning and replenishment capabilities. We have item tracking, which is going to allow us to configure lot, serial, and package tracking around the item, warehousing, etc. So this is the definition of a standard inventory item. And the design intent here would be an item is defined because I want to buy it, I want to sell it, I want to manufacture it. Okay, so it's an item that I'm going to be using. Oftentimes what we see is that we have clients that have research and development. And what they really need is the ability to design items. They may prototype items, but they may or may not ever actually go into full production with these items. And that's what really this R&D, this research and development component is intended for. So let's open up an R&D item. And the first thing you'll hopefully notice is that most of, if not all of the configuration options on a base item are available for an R&D item. So when we talk about units of measure, we talk about descriptions, we talk about inventory tracking, we talk about having a replenishment system, we talk about item tracking. So the idea of being able to track lots, serial numbers, and packages, expiration dates, all that information for an item. We also want to be able to do that for an R&D item, and that's what we can do with ProBatch and the research and development module. So let's look at this individual item here. This is our new Chipotle sauce that we want to make, and I've set up a new prototype item for the creation of this R&D item. The next thing we want to do then is we actually want to develop the recipe for it. And if you've looked at our other video series, you know that there's a manufacturing specification that gets set up for items. For our R&D items, we have what we call development recipes. And just like we saw with the manufacturing specification, that same feature functionality is available for a development recipe. So creating a routing, a BOM, bill of material, having lot control capabilities, having recipe capabilities, having all the feature functionality that we talked about on a manufacturing specification, or you're aware of with a manufacturing specification, we can use with a development recipe. This includes features, planning parameters, again, all those sorts of capabilities. With development items and with R&D items, we have the ability to process transactions with these items. So the ability to create a purchase order for an R&D item, the ability to create and run manufacturing processes for and using a development recipe, being able to ship these items out to my customers. So taking a current item, copying it, being able to make modifications to it, sell it, etc. All those capabilities are part of the R&D functionality within the system. The other thing that we can do is we can actually take the recipe and we can look at the costing of the recipe. So as we're maybe swapping out components, we can update the cost based on either actual raw material components that I currently am purchasing or other R&D items that I haven't started purchasing yet. So full capability again to mix and match items that I'm buying, items that I haven't bought, etc. When I'm actually ready to set up this item and make it a current in production, if you will, item, I've got the ability to take both the development recipe as well as the R&D item and convert it to an actual item or an actual development recipe. So converting the item, etc., not a problem. Don't have to do any additional data entry to convert from an R&D item to a regular item. I do have the ability to do a copy. So if I want to take the current release, the current version, for example, create an R&D item off of that, and then actually upgrade the item to a finished good at some point. Not a problem. I can do that. We can do inspections, features, all the functionality that we've looked at with other items. We can do with R&D items as well. So that's a quick look at the R&D functionality. Do want to connect with you via LinkedIn, so feel free to use that QR code to look at our LinkedIn. We publish upcoming webinars and events there. Check out our resources page on our Stone Ridge website. We have a lot of educational content, blogs, that sort of thing. And then again, if you'd like more information, feel free to reach out to solutions@stoneridgesoftware.com. We'd love to talk to you. So thank you for joining us.